census is important because you cannot be cooking food for people and you don't know the numbers of people you are cooking food for. It's important to know the numbers of people in the country. It helps government in so many things, particularly in planning. You understand? So, but the mode of census is what I have issue with. The issue is this: going to people's house to count people, I think is no longer ideal now. We have a NIMSIN where we have database for all citizens. I think instead of spending the money to go to everybody's home to count them, why not empower NIMSIN to get everybody registered, and the idea we will know the numbers of people in Nigeria. I think using NIMSI in doing this work is better way. You understand? Instead of going to everybody's home to go and count people.
To be honest with you, seriously, I don't really know where we are heading to, because if you look at the whole everything is now in this country, I think we are confused. There is a big confusion in this nation. Honestly, I don't really know, because now as it is like this, if we are spending such amount of money for the election, now the census is coming up now, and we are talking of spending over 500 billions of naira to conduct it. Bros, I don't think we have anywhere that we are heading to, because now as it is right now, honestly, to me, I will not look at anybody's face or to be afraid of anybody, because the way the country is going, the way everything is being scattered in this nation, I don't think that is how it's supposed to be.
Okay, a census is a good thing in itself. The census is not a bad thing. The reason being that there's a lot of purposes it serves. The census is used in a lot of calculation pertaining to the economy, strategic planning, and the rest, sharing of resources, allocation of funds at all levels. So census in itself is a very good idea. The problem is that the money, that the funding of the census, the money allocated to it, what they intend to spend is actually too much, is on the high side. Over 568 billion budgeted for census only. So that's a lot of money, given the fact that a huge sum of amount was spent on the election this same year. Now we are about to spend another sum of money. I believe if you put together the money for both the election and the upcoming census together, now it runs to $1 trillion plus, I believe. So that money can actually serve other purposes. So I believe the amount, the real issue here is not the census in itself. Census is a good thing. It's the money that they want to spend on the census. I also believe that there are other measures, there are other ways that the census can be taken such that it doesn't require one spending a lot of money. We have the BVN, we have NIN, we have voters, registered voters. We have you have the number of SIM cards and telephone lines that are used in the country. So I believe there's a way that this data can be put together and somehow calculated with some statistical analysis to come up with a value, and then coupled with other door-to-door census, particularly for rural areas, to cut down the cost. At the same time, come up with a value that is even not 100% accurate, but as close to 100% as possible, and we don't have to spend that much money on census.
As a Nigerian, I am of the view that census at this point is not necessary. The other time we trusted INEC, they give us all manner of assurances that they are going to conduct a very credible election, only for them to stab Nigerians. They stabbed us. So this issue of census coming out up in a time like this is not going to be credible. You can take this one to the bank. It's not going to be, they are going to still rig it. A census you will conduct, religion is not there, ethnicity is not there, in the what do they call it? How do you rely on it to even plan the economy? So I am of the view that they should leave that census for now. Not under this government, not under this APC government.
The last time we had census in Nigeria was 2006 or 2005. So it has been like 20 or 17 years now, and I feel we have just a rough estimate of the population of Nigerians. So the census is going to let the federal government know the actual numbers of Nigeria population and actually make them help them in the implementation of some policies and in other words, I feel like it is not the right time, because currently we are battling a lot of things. We just spent billions of nairas on the election, and I just feel like it is not a priority for the government right now.
To me, I think that spending such amount of money on census will not help this nation. The only suggestion to my own understanding, to a little idea that I should have to contribute, you understand, is for we to use that money to look to the areas that is being, collapsed in this country. Okay, this area I'll use this one as an example, now as it is. Now, if you look up the fuel aspect, now sometimes I do ask myself a question: what is the real cost of this scarcity of a thing? If fuel will be today, available today, tomorrow. So is there anything that they can do that can fix this thing to be in order, that will not be facing all this stress? Counting of census, I don't think it's necessary for that. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to do all those kind of things, because they are looking for a way to divert money in this nation. Okay, all the one they have been packing or all the one they have been taking, I don't even know whether it's still not enough to eat. Brother, I don't think they have anything to do about it. I don't think they have anything to do. That they should look for another way. If there is another thing that they can use this money to do that will help the country, not by census.
I don't know, but if you ask me, I will ask them to just share the money and put in their pocket the way they have been doing. Instead of alleging that they spent it on census, let them just share it between them and their families and eat, so that Nigerians will rest, because they are not going to do any credible census. That's my view. That's my studied view. Yes, that's my opinion. They should just share the money and eat among themselves, just like the INEC chairman and his people has taken the humongous billions that was budgeted for this last census. But one day they will give account.
Bros, that shows that this government has no direction. I think they should just rule, and whatever it is, they have no direction, because since this government has been on seat, a lot of strange things have been happening in this country. Different things. I've never seen a government like this. See, I'm not afraid of anything, because looking at the whole matters now, the way I'm seeing it, we are too gentle. That is why we are facing all these things. Our government, our so-called leaders have read our mind. They know anything that they come out with, will adapt to it. So that is why you see them wake up one day, they will bring one kind of things that they will, impose, that will just adapted it. That's why you see them doing it like this. Okay, can you imagine for over many months now, but people have been struggling, people have been stranded, people are dying. Okay, look at that day. In my own presence, a man walked down to people. He was begging. He said he has wife and children. He has no money. So in the process of begging people to help him, he fell down immediately, instantly, and died. Why is it supposed to be like that? Why is it supposed to be so? Okay, because we are too gentle. I believe that, see, this kind of thing will not happen to any other African nation that would take care of this kind of thing. Because we are too gentle to, you understand? That is why our leaders are taking advantage of, I'm going to use this one as an example. Look at a Fulani man who happened to train a cow. He valued that cow more than the way our leaders, value us in this country. Okay, just look at how everything is going. Just look at how it is. To me, I will have to bring this idea. It's an opinion to me. I don't know, because I will not see the issue, and I will not see the reason why, if we want to get a PVC, when there is a time for election, to go and get PVC for votes, it will take you a lot of time. Like somebody like me, before I got my PVC, it took me 4 days. when it was that time to go and get your PVC. I suspended everything, my business, my work, everything. I said I want to vote as a patriotic Nigeria. I want to vote a good candidate. I want to vote somebody that I see that they can bring a change to this nation. I got there. I spent 4 days. At the end of the day, I was struggling to have my PVC. Now, the day of the voting again, I took another time again to go around to look for my own center to vote, my polling, unit. Then after I go straight of all these things, at the end of the day, it's as if my vote is not counting. It's as if things still remain the same. Now, since our leaders have already known our mind, have already taken us the way they want, because I've seen that we are under their foot, they are marching our heads down. Whatever we are doing, it doesn't concern them. They don't care about us. Because I don't see in any nation, before you have a leader is supposed to be a man that will know how the people are feeling. He's supposed to have people in his heart. Not the leader being there, only thinking of himself and his pocket and whatever it is. This is a very big slap to Nigeria. This is a very big slap. So to me, I will advise them that they should, if this is the case, that when the people want who they want and they want to vote a change, because now as it is like this, to me, I don't think so-called party APC is supposed to be again in this country. It doesn't matter whoever that is in march. We are talking about the party. Because they are the whole Nigeria now. We should forget about religion, we should forget about tribalism. What we are talking about now, presently, is what the people want, not by tribe, not by tribalism. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. So we should look into this matter. To me, to arrest my case, to me, I think that they will cancel votes. They should cancel this election of a thing. Because I don't see why people will go up and down struggling to have PVC. When it is time to vote again, you see some people, at the end of the day, they lose their life. Some people got injured. At the end of the day, you will not get what you voted for. So let them, since they already choose to rule us the way they want, let them come out. When it is time for election, they should just announce who is going to be our leader. Tell us, this is the leader that is in march, that want to rule Nigeria. We will take it.
Actually true, because if you look at the NIN and some other means of identification for Nigerians, I think the government should just work on those data that they have, and by that they can have a rough estimate of the population. But I think the census commission is there for a reason, and they can go from house to house and get the actual number, because there are people in the rural areas who does not have NIN, does not have anything to do with bank and all those. But it is part of the policy. Like, the commission is there to do their job. They know how to do it best. But right now, I don't think it's the best thing to do after election and the current economy problem of the country.
If we are going to sponsor National Population Commission, so just go there and count people. Why not sponsor the NIMC to go there people and enroll people into the database of Nigeria? You understand, which is more better. You understand, you have the record there, the record will remain there. But you just go to people and count them, that means you have to go next time and go and count them again. You'll be going there every day to go and count them. When you can just go there, enroll them, give them their national identity card, you have them in their database, then you know how many Nigerians. All you need is to keep updating the database. You understand, I don't think there's need for national population again to be going to somewhere. In fact, National Population Commission should be merged with NIMC. You understand, so that they can do the work together effectively. Get every Nigeria out there enrolled on the database.
If I am in the position to advise the federal government, I would advise them to invest this money to create jobs for people, to make better infrastructures, and in some years after, then they can come up with this census of it.
My advice to the government would be to first cut down the cost of conducting the census, and then channel that money into other areas of the economy that is much needed. Look at the fuel scarcity that is going on. Look at some of our utilities, some of the roads, some of paid salaries and the likes. So I'd advise the government to find a way to cut down the money intended for the census and put the money in other areas of the economy. Let it serve other purposes.
No, I don't think such amount is too bogus to get to know the numbers of people in Nigeria, because knowing the numbers of people in Nigeria is very important for planning. And once you can plan effectively, you are bound to fail. You understand? But the only challenge I have is the mode of getting those people counted, going to everybody home to count them. You understand? At interval. I still insist that the best thing to do is to empower NIMC to do that, capture everybody in Nigeria database. You understand? I issue them national ID card. So by then we can manage our population, we can know our number, and we can use it to plan effectively.